Okay, what we're going to be doing now is ending section 3 and going into section 4, or part 4, which will cover the cigars, we're going to cover the wine, and we'll thank our sponsors. What we'll go now is to our first cigar, which is the Nording, and it's a nice cigar, never heard of it. It's a, I personally, and I'll tell you what I rated it a 5. It was a surprising number 5 because everything about it I enjoyed. And what I enjoyed most about it, it was a $6 cigar. Let's move over to Avery, that tested it and had no clue what it was either.
No, and I never heard of it either. By the way, Vin was a little worried that some of you might have taken me seriously from part 1. I did exaggerate a little bit. I'm actually allowed, well, I'm allowed within 600 feet, not 1,200 feet. So I do want to straighten that out.
And no school grounds.
No school grounds, and if I call her, the phone may only ring once. But getting to the Nording, well, I'll hit you with the bottom first. At $6, I gave it a 5. And the unlit appearance was beautiful, dark, and it had an oily sheen that actually I could feel on my fingertips. So that was a 5 right there. And the taste was very nice. It wasn't that full-body taste that sometimes I crave, and apparently I don't get. But the taste was nice, and I gave that a 5 to begin with. But the taste never evolved, so I dropped it down to a 4 because in many cigars the taste evolves, and then you get more flavors and more aromas and more types of sweetness to it, etc. Since that didn't happen, I kept it as a 4, though it burned evenly. And the cigar itself, the ash, was a little, it flowered and it was a little flaky, and not the greatest ash in the world, but the burn time was fine, and many things were fine. My arbitrary rating was actually so-so, but when you consider the price and you consider the overall style and makeup of the cigar, she ended up with an overall 4 for me, and very close to a 5. It was a tough call.
And once again, you'll see it on the thing of how our ratings go. A 5 means it's a buy, it's a great cigar, buy it at any price. A 4 is a great cigar, buy it at the right price, which is, you know, you got to shop it. A 3 is a good cigar, and you want to make sure, again, it's at the right price. A 2 being something that someone gives you that you're probably not going to finish, and a 1 being give it to someone that you really don't care about. That's how
I get all my cigars.
John, why don't you tell us about your rating?
Well, I came across this cigar. My daughter goes to school in Plattsburgh, and I went to a cigar shop on the way to Plattsburgh, and the gentleman recommended it. The tobacconist there said, you know, I would recommend this cigar because, again, it's a great price, and I bought a number of them, and since then when I go by there, I will purchase the same cigar again. The thing that I like, and same thing with, you know, the construction, it's a great looking cigar. The thing I like most about it, and I think it's going to be on the show, is it has a pigtail at the top.
Oh, yes. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, the very top.
It's like a belly button.
I would love to see how they make those. You know, I know you've had rollers here, and hopefully we'll have a roller here this summer that come up from the Dominican, from where you manufacture your cigars. And I'd love to see how they do it. Because, you know, we're always used to cigars having a cap on the top, and that's basically done, you know, they take a cap and just use the end of the leaf to cover it. This has an actual pigtail where the tobacco is twisted and looks just like a twisted little, you know, tail at the very end. I would love to watch a manufacturer do that, but it's intriguing if nothing else. I hate to cut it off, but the thing I like most about this cigar is, and I give it all the high ratings of, you know, a 4 or 5. I ended up rating it a 4, but after about half the cigar, you know, and I'm always trying to be conscious of what it is I'm tasting. About halfway through the cigar, I started getting a vanilla chocolate taste, and it became creamy. The smoke was very creamy, much like the Edge from Rocky Patel. But I really got a creamy taste of it, and every time I would puff on it, I would taste white chocolate. And it was very, very sweet, and it was just something that I don't always get from a cigar. I get the earth tones, you know, the almonds or the earthy textures, tastes of the cigar. But this was more of a white chocolate every time I tasted the creaminess of the cigar, and I really enjoyed it.
Good. Let's get to our next cigar, which is the Rocky Patel 1992, and it's a $9 cigar. My rating was a 4. I enjoyed it. It was a great cigar. And this is one of the few episodes that I had no clue what I was smoking. So go right ahead. I rated it a 4 only because, you know, it was good, but the $9 to me was a little bit high. Other than that, it was a great cigar. And it's still a great cigar, but I'd have to get it at the right price. Avery?
Well, you know, we talk about the blind test, and every time I do a blind test and it turns out to be a Rocky Patel, I always worry because I have this image of Rocky and 3 of his brothers pummeling me for not giving the right rating. Hopefully, but they're nice guys, and hopefully that won't happen. I did think it was a good cigar. Again, a beautiful unlit appearance, and a dark wrapper, and a beautifully looking, no blotches, no veininess, a nice dark, kind of a 4 for the draw. The cap construction was excellent. I used the full cut, which is the 2 blades. That will teach that cigar lesson. And the taste was, I think creamy is a good word. Unfortunately, I like tougher than creamy, but creamy is a good word. And it stayed intact, but it's also a $9 cigar, and I can't see it at $9 to rate it that highly for $9. A lower price, I would think of it. So I gave the cigar an overall 4.
All right. I had this is always my go-to cigar. I love this cigar. The difference in this cigar and the 1990 Rocky Patels, the 1990 has a Honduran wrapper. This has an Ecuador Sumatra wrapper, and I've always loved the Ecuador Sumatra wrappers. When I smoked this cigar next to the Sir-Vin's Royal, I like this the best. I think it's just a wonderful cigar. It's a Figurado. I get great taste from this cigar and fully enjoy it. So, Rocky, stay away from him. I love this cigar, and I always have.
Okay, great. What I'm going to do now is I just want to get everybody's opinion, just quick, on the drink that we had. What did you think about the apple, the B&H apple?
Well, I'll tell you what, the B&H apple, I think, you know, many people could stand up on its own, but we are doing it with cigars. And, you know, it kind of blended with the cigar, and the taste of the cigar melded into the B&H apple. And I liked it.
John?
I've bought 4 or 5 bottles of it. I go right by the Black Bear Winery now, and as I work, go up to Norwich, and I've stopped in and got a number of these bottles of this. My wife loves it. We put it in the microwave, warmed up for 20 seconds, and it is fabulous. I have not had any on the back porch while having a cigar, but in here it did work very well.
Yep, and I loved it. Once again, pleasantly surprised. That's what this show is about, finding different type of beverages that you can smoke with cigars that you might never ever thought of. And it's a great buy, I believe, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. What I'd like to do now is thank our sponsors. Let me go first to not only our sponsor, one of our sponsors, but our guest, and that's Rich Anderson, Cigar Rights of America. We've got, of course, Rhonda Schulte with RealtyUSA.com. We've got Slippery Rock Cigars. We've got, again, Black Bear Winery that supported us with now, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 bottles of different wines to try. We got Cool 100 that you can go to their website and actually, which is cool100oldies.com, where you can see our show, as well as YouTube, which is under sirvincigargroup during the search, and you'll find it. You've got, again, Sir-Vin Cigar Show and our lounge here, and you got Rich Anderson. What I'd also like to do is just a quick minute, we're finishing up, is 2 shows that are coming up that I'd like people to check into. One is a show in Buffalo on March 7th from 10 to 6. It's a Sunday, and just contact me. It's in Seneca Casino. It's called Man's Day, and it's everything that a guy wants to see. The second thing is, and it's only $7 a person. The other one is a steak dinner by CigarRenaissance.com. It's on March 19th, a Friday, from 7 to 11, a steak dinner. It's in White Plains, March 19th. The phone number is 718-483-0761 or 201-357-0335. It's $80 a person. Bring guests. It's an open bar, cigar samples, steaks, and you'll see me there because I'll be at both these events. And what I'd like to do right now is say thank you for once again, hopefully for joining and enjoying the Sir-Vin Cigar Show, Episode 6. Welcome.